guys, I've noticed a couple of things ever since like this political season, right? Specifically coming from the left. I've always thought, like growing up, that the left specifically was like the tolerant and loving and open to free thought and expression and type of thing. All these type of things that they, mostly promote. But as of lately, I'm kind of starting to realize that's not really the case here. Like, was I bamboozled, like, for the entirety of my existence? Right? Are the rest of my family members also being bamboozled on a consistent basis? What's going on here, guys? All right? Because trust me, I'm pretty much a loner on every single holiday experience these days, guys, right? But anyway, Elon Musk faces increased threats of violence from the left. Really? That doesn't surprise me, guys. This is a suggestion via Discord. Let's go check it out.
Stop Elon Musk. In fact, now they are apparently resorting to threats of violence.
Do you think that calling Elon Musk a is effective messaging for confronting what is a potentially irreversible transformation of the U.S. government?
And what I think is really important,
or at least put the word on the screen so we know what was said,
and what the American public want, is for us to bring actual weapons to this bar fight.
Bring actual weapons to this fight. Meantime, a federal prosecutor is investigating those comments, saying, quote, "This sounds to some like a threat to Mr. Musk, an appointed representative of President Donald Trump, who you call an expletive, and government staff who work for him. We take threats against public officials very seriously." Of course, this all comes just days after an Indiana man was also a
Democrat from California. That makes sense.
Arrested for threatening Musk's life online. And just last week, you may have seen this, Senator Tom Tillis spotted an Eliminate Elon sign displayed on the streets of the nation's capital. And even worse, it doesn't stop there. Get this, a man of the cloth, a pastor, is getting involved.
No one likes violence, but sometimes violence is necessary.
This guy's wild, consistently.
When Elon Musk forces his way into the United States Treasury and threatens to steal your personal information and your Social Security check, there is the possibility of violence.
Oh, yeah?
Sometimes the devil will act so ugly that you have no other choice but to get violent and fight.
Really?
Sometimes the devil will use those who claim to love the Lord to foment his agenda. Just listening to that is so shocking to me, Tom. I've never heard a pastor suggest that violence in this particular instance, because, first of all, he's suggesting that Elon Musk is trying to steal your Social Security check. I mean, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's crazy, but it sounds crazy. What do you think?
Yeah, and, the first instance we had...
a little more than crazy.
Talking about the bar fight. In that case, he could have said, I was using tough language. This has happened before. Obama
could have skated out of it.
said that. You don't bring a knife to a gunfight or whatever. Things like that. People use tough language all the time. But this pastor, he came out and said it. He said we might have to resort to violence.
Guys, if you actually know who that guy is, right, you'll start to realize I'm not even going to say his name to help you guys find him and give him any type of credibility. But just understand, like, he says a lot of crazy things pretty much consistently. These are one of these individuals that probably should not be able to speak to a gigantic amount of people, guys.
Unbelievable.
A little ridiculous. And a lot of this talk about compassion. Oh, we need to have compassion for these people that are going through this. Really, you have to have compassion for the American taxpayer, because
that's right.
If we have things that we need to get done, the American taxpayer is reasonable. So if you cut a bunch of jobs and then we say, oh my gosh, that was too much, we need to rehire these people, taxpayers are going to understand that, and they're going to say, as long as they know their money's going to a good place. So he starts with the sledgehammer and the chainsaw, and then we can pare it back from there.
Arthel, what do you think?
Well, you said a couple of key words, Tom, and you said as long as the American people know what's going on. And I understand that the government, the president, they have a right to not show their hand on everything. Right. But I think people are afraid of what's happening. We have never been here before, so I'm not sure maybe if they're able to kind of use that old whiteboard, if you will, and say, look, this is what I've done. This is what I would suggest. 10 days, this is what I've cut in 10 days. I've found 5 million of waste in 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next 10 days, I found another 15 million in 10 days. So it's that transparency, I think, that would make people feel a little less afraid. And when people are afraid, they're like a cat with their back against the wall.
Yeah, guys, hold on.
Lash out.
Yeah, the problem is that this information is available on Doge's website. They basically express these things. I mean, even the Doge X account, Twitter account, basically speaks of all these things regularly. They do not like it because the people who are literally the ones actually losing the money in Congress, right? These people are the ones who are telling people that they should be up in arms and afraid of what's actually happening because, it's going to affect their specific pockets, not ours. We're losing money, they're gaining money. They're angry because they're now losing pocket change, basically. I'm sorry, millions and millions of dollars is not pocket change. But for them, it's basically pocket change. They don't want to lose money. But either way.
But again, violence is not okay at all, period.
Never the answer. Molly, I'm going to get you to weigh in on this one. The gold rush is on over Doge. President Trump and Elon Musk say they want to crack open the vault over at Fort Knox.
We're also going to Fort Knox. I'm going to go with Elon.
Okay.
And would anybody like to join us?
Yeah, I would love to go just so I can see the fact that we actually do not have the money. We have the money. We have the money. We don't have the actual minerals required to back that. But either way. What do you want to bet? Guys, let me know in the comments how much money do you think we actually have in Fort Knox in terms of gold. Give me the tonnage. Just put a number in the comments.
Because we want to see if the gold is still there. We want to see.
All this gold at Fort Knox, it's the public's gold. It's your gold. So, I think you have, a right to see it.
If the gold isn't there, we're going to be very upset.
Gold has got his shades on, so we can go look at the gold.
I think it would be
great
awesome.
Story. Go on in. Cameras rolling.
Absolutely.
Let's see the gold.
I love this story. Now, conspiracy theorists are having a field day with that comment. A lot of them out there think that Fort Knox is flat out empty, but the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, says, listen, relax. That's not the case. The gold is there. Here he is.
I can tell the American people on camera right now that there was a report September 30th, 2024. All the gold is there.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I mean, it's Bloomberg? Yeah, bro, I don't know. I hear you. Bro. Whatever your name is. Scott Bessent. Okay, I hear you. But everything in the world tells me that we do not have the amount of gold to cover the amount of money that is going around the United States of America. I hear you. Even if there's some there, don't get me wrong, I do think that there's probably going to be a lot of gold, right? In perspective, at least, but I don't think it's going to be as much as we actually have in terms of money being out there. So, all right, bro.
All right, Molly.
There was a report. No, we got to go in.
What do you think? How about this? We take X and we have a live stream.
Yes.
And have them go and sort of walk us through.
This sounds great. Donald Trump and Elon Musk.
Let's not do that. That sounds like a national security threat.
Get, blamed for conspiracy theories. They're trying to just clear one up. Let's do it live on X. That sounds like a great time.
Do it live.
Yeah,
somebody here famously said. Arthel.
I'm down. I'm going to get my gold Trump sneakers, put them on, and I'm going in. I'm going for the gold.
Tom, what do you think?
I think Donald Trump wants to get a shot of him sitting atop a big pile of gold. Wouldn't you love that? Like a big pyramid of gold, and he's just sitting up there smiling.
Yes.
Right? I think we're going to go into Fort Knox, and we're going to see William Devane standing there with a gold coin.
Hi, I'm William
golden
Devane.
age. I mean, it's all set up. It's all branding, right?
You know what? But let me ask you, though. I know there are people who are a little concerned about this. I'm not concerned about this. I do know that they check it. But I do think, again, with love and honor and respect for my former colleague, Geraldo, that some people are hoping.
That's exactly what I thought of,
That's right. They're thinking they're going to get in there and this thing's going to be empty. And I don't think that's going to happen. Can you imagine?
But we should invite Geraldo for sure.
Come on.
Let him open.
I would love that. I would pay money to see.
But we want.
Okay, guys. Now they're just talking amongst each other. All right, guys. Listen, Fort Knox is intriguing. It always has intrigued me. I've always thought that it was basically empty. But as I've gotten older, I've realized, it's not empty. I don't think it's empty. I think that the theorists will like to believe that it's completely empty, even if it is, I don't know, 5 ounces of gold, it's technically not empty, right? By all definitions. So I think no matter what, I'm going to win this bet here. All right. I don't think it's empty, but I just don't think that it is, let's say, equivalent to all the money that the Federal Reserve has approved to exist. Okay. I don't think so. Not anymore, at least. I mean, think about it. All of the other nations, basically, not all of them, but a good amount of the other nations in terms of the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, they kind of came together and they started buying up all the Earth's gold to attempt to make their own kind of currency based off of gold. It's going to fail, but that's not the point here. But with that being said, I don't think that we have as much as I think we do, or we all think we should have, at least. I don't believe it. Sorry, we spend a lot of money, bro. We waste a lot of money. So either way, listen, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'm going to go ahead and say we have a tenth of whatever we have printed. And that's in circulation. But either way, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. The fact that you just made it to the end of the video says a whole lot, actually. We have a couple other channels. MrLboyd Music, MrLboyd Movie Reacts, along with MrLboyd Discusses, where I just generally speak about the things that specifically matter to me. But in the meantime, I'll catch you guys later.